In this module, I was being asked to help the candidates, the aspirants, to make up their mind whether they are fit for the services or whether they should even aspire for taking up the civil service examination. I would personally say that when you begin with an intuition, and then when you enter the service, you realize that there are 100 billion different dimensions that are added to the service. So, when you are an aspirant, when you are a candidate aspiring for the civil service examination, it is really difficult to pinpoint that what life actually holds for you and whether you are fit for the service or not. That is a very personal decision. How did I realize that am I made for this job? First, I took up the syllabus and I realized that I am reading everything under the sun. So there is not a single thing that I will not be getting, used to. There won't be a single thing that I would be leaving. So if you are a curious person, if you want to learn more about everything, then I used to follow a lot of blogs. I used to study about the toppers, and I also had a thorough research on many officers currently serving in various capacities in Government of India and state governments. In fact, my own SP sir, in fact, my own collector of my district. So I visited their offices once, and I used to follow the local news also. So this is how I forayed into the world of civil services. For you, in this module, I would like to introduce you to many officers and how eventful their career was, how fulfilling their job was, and what the future may hold for you if you want to prepare for the civil services. Because I personally feel that it is really important to have an idea that whether you are fit for the job or not. Otherwise, if you are preparing the services, preparing for the examination for anything other than your thirst to serve this country, I think this would be a huge injustice that you will be doing to yourself. The quotation that I have selected for this module is about courage, because all the officers that I'll be talking are the most courageous ones, very brave and daredevils who fought hard and brought the light. So courage is the most important of all virtues, because without courage you can't practice any other virtues consistently. Maya Angelou madam has put forward this thought, and it is important not just for the services but also for the civil service examination per se, because it would be a very courageous exercise. So let's begin. The first officer that came to my mind was Shri Ajit Doval sir. He is the fifth and the current National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister of India. He previously served as the Director of Intelligence Bureau in 2005 after spending a decade as the head of its operation wing. So you can see he was posted in Intelligence Bureau for more than a decade. He joined IPS in 1968 in the Kerala cadre. He was actively involved in the anti-insurgency operations in Mizoram and Punjab. He was also one of the three negotiators who negotiated the release of passengers from IC-814 in Kandahar in 1999. Uniquely, he has the experience of being involved in the termination of 15 hijackings of Indian Airlines aircraft between 1971 to 1999, when our country was in a continuous state of flux, in a continuous state of war. So you can see he was involved in anti-hijacking operations also in the headquarters, that is in the North Block. He headed the Intelligence Bureau's operations wing for over a decade. So for more than 10 years, he was into intelligence gathering and was founder chairman of the Multi-Agency Center as well as the Joint Task Force on Intelligence. So if you feel that you are this kind of person who is up for this kind of adventure, who loves to know more about the anti-intelligence operations, the intelligence operations, the anti-hijacking operations, I think you should definitely put IPS as your first preference, and you can get along with that. The second officer that came to my mind, I must tell you that I have followed almost all the bureaucrats who have been in news for some or the other reasons. My own district magistrates of my district of Guna, Madhya Pradesh, SPs, and on internet I also found Sri Armstrong Bamisar. He is known as the Miracle Man in Manipur, and the first claim to fame was when he got a 100-kilometer stretch of road constructed in the state in 2012. So you can see that he got it constructed in that remotest area in our country without any help from the government. So you can see that he has set up a wonderful example of how you can cut through the red tape, how you can cut through this excuse of not having enough funds. So by crowdfunding, he got this Herculean task accomplished. In the remote areas of Manipur, the two villages of Kusem and Tamenglong were inaccessible because there were no roads. Connectivity to the two villages was a huge problem, and the locals had to either walk for hours or swim across the river. So he's a relatively very young officer. The next officer that I have chosen is Ritu Maheshwari ma'am. So I am trying to give you a glimpse of how varied your career would be once you enter the services, and so that you can even make the right choice, that if working within the government setup is something you're looking for, you want to handle the most strategic postings and postings that can help you touch lives, I think you should definitely aspire for the civil services. So next officer that I was talking is Ritu Maheshwari ma'am. She's an IS officer, and when she came to know about the ongoing electricity theft in Kanpur while she was posted in UP. So in UP, although 99% of the villages are declared electrified, only 60% of houses get electricity. The economy takes a huge hit because of the rate at which electricity is pilfered. So you can see that almost all the electricity was going down to the thieves. And working at Kanpur Electricity Supply Company Limited, KESCO, which is a state government PSU, she is taking measures to reduce the company's losses by digitizing power to curtail electricity theft. So you can see this is how she managed the situation. And after taking charge as an official in KESCO in 2011, she installed new meters across 1/3 of the company's customer base. These devices can digitally record the consumption of electricity and expose leaks in the distribution system in real time. So she installed the digital meters. My whole purpose of giving examples of such officers is that you should know that there is nothing that you cannot do. So your career would be very eventful. You can see at one point of time you are collecting intelligence if you're an IPS. Then you are building a road in the remotest areas of this country, and another time you are dealing with the electricity theft. So you can see that your career is very varied and full of all the hues and colors. Next officer, Shri DC Rajappa sir, a firm believer in community-friendly policing, is celebrated name among Karnataka's law enforcers. He is also a renowned Kannada poet and believes that empathy is the guiding force for both poets and policemen. So why did I pick DC Rajappa sir? Because I also want to show that there are different aspects of policing. It is not just about battles, it is not just about guns, it is not just about blood, it is beyond that. So you can see that he tried to instill this emotion of empathy among the policemen. He encourages policemen to write poems out of their personal experiences and has brought out the hidden poet in 500 policemen in Karnataka. So you can see the very humane part of policing, the very humane part of a police officer, a commander who tried to instill this compassion and empathy among the police officers and help them de-stress themselves by poetry writing. So that is also if you're that kind of person. Because usually we have this notion that in order to be a good policeman, good policewoman, you need to be very tough and you need to be very hard on the outside. But it is not always the case. You can be as human as you ever thought of, and still you can perform very well in the services. Next officer that I'll be talking of would be Shri Jyotindranath Dikshit sir. He was an Indian diplomat who has served as Foreign Secretary. So he has served as the Foreign Secretary, the top bureaucrat in Ministry of External Affairs, At the time of his death, he was the National Security Advisor, you can see, to the PM Shri Manmohan Singh ji, and is remembered for his role as a negotiator in disputes with Pakistan and China. So you can see that he has served as Foreign Secretary, he has served as National Security Advisor, and also a negotiator in disputes with Pakistan and China. So that is how, if you are up for these kind of portfolios, if you like this kind of job profile, you should definitely opt for Indian Foreign Services. Mohammad Hamid Ansari sir, a name that is not unknown. He is an Indian politician and retired IFS officer. He served as the 12th Vice President of India from 2017. He has also served as an Indian ambassador and is ex-chairman of Rajya Sabha. Ansari sir was the first person to be re-elected as Indian Vice President after Shri Radhakrishnan sir. So you can see that your career you can even foray into politics, you can even foray into other aspects of administration, governance, you can even be the elected representative at some point of the career. So sky's the limit once you enter the civil services. Next officer that I would be talking of would be Shri Dayasankar sir. Dayasankar sir was an officer of Indian Revenue Service who retired as Chief of the Indian Customs in Mumbai. He was known for his crackdown on gold smuggling networks in Daman, Goa and Mumbai. Shankar sir's most famous crackdown was on Dawood Ibrahim. He is from Patna, Bihar. So imagine you are even foraying into the underworld. So you can see that this is how you can make up your mind if you really want to appear for civil services and if you imagine yourself as a bureaucrat. The next officer that I want to tell you about is Shri Arvind Saxena. UPSC, he is the UPSC chairman, and former RAW chief Vikram Sood and noted South Asia expert Tilak Devasher sir, they all hail from Indian Postal Service. So you can see that you may not even imagine that being a part of Indian Postal Service, you can be the RAW chief, but sky is the limit for you. The recent appointment of Arvind Saxena sir as the chairman of UPSC has brought the focus back on a relatively little known branch of country's bureaucracy, the Indian Postal Service. While it is a relatively low profile department, several IPOS officers occupy important positions in the central government ministries. The service has also produced bureaucrats such as former RAW chief Shri Vikram Sood sir and former special secretary Tilak Devasher sir, apart from Shri Saxena. So you can see the portfolio, the job profile is simply off the guard. You cannot even imagine what this service can offer if you have the right mind and if you have the right heart to serve this country. I would personally suggest you few more books, and these are my personal favorites, and they would definitely help you to understand whether civil services is your deal, whether you want to spend the rest of your life as a civil servant. So my personal favorite is The Honesty Always Stand Alone. Let me tell you a little fun fact about this book. It was gifted to me by the ex-CGI, Shri Ramesh Chand Lahoti ji. He hails from my own town, small town Guna in Madhya Pradesh. So when I got to know about my selection, he offered me his best wishes along with this book. And it is an autobiography. It's a wonderful book. It chronicles the adventure of Shri C.G. Somia sir. Next book that I would suggest would be Not Just an Accountant by Vinod Rai sir. It gives you an idea of how the officer can often make or redefine the post designated given to him rather than confined by what is expected from him. So I think this is the important takeaway, is that if you have the right capacity, right capability, you can redefine the post or designation given to him. So it's up to you. The next book that I would suggest, it's relatively lighter and more interesting, would be English, August and Indian Story by Shri Upmanyu Chatterjee sir. It is fictional and it depicts reality as it is. So it has juxtaposed fiction and reality. The self-discovery of a young civil servant who joins district for his first posting. An excellent read when you join for a district training. So I think you will even have an idea of what service holds in the initial years. A Life in Diplomacy It's an insider account of the personalities and policies that shaped Indian diplomacy. And former Foreign Secretary Maharaj Krishna Rasgotra sir, he joined the External Affairs Ministry during the Jawaharlal Nehru era, Girja Shankar Bajpayee and Sardar Patel era, with a mix of pragmatism and hope, creating the foreign policy of newly independent nations. So if you see yourself as a diplomat, if you want to work in the government interest abroad, government setups, embassies abroad, I think you should definitely give it a good read. And then finally, my most favorite book, Not Just a Civil Servant, of Sri Anil Swarup sir. He is a civil servant who survived despite being politically incorrect. He invites readers into his world, chronicling the experiences that shaped him from growing years as a student to his years of rigorous training as a civil servant, and finally managing crises, both man-made and otherwise, that confronted the government. I think this would be a wonderful read if you have doubts about that whether politicians interfere in civil service servants' life or how to tackle them. I think you should definitely give it a read. And finally, my personal suggestion would be that you should definitely give a visit to the respective SP or DM of your district, and you will have a first-hand experience of what this service is all about, how you would function, how the government functions. You can even request your college, you can even request your university to arrange a meetup, a day with DM or day with SP. I think that sounds really interesting and fun. So that is how you can definitely make up your mind for civil services, and if you really imagine yourself as a civil servant. Thank you so much.